Hello, my name is Kelly Yeats. Welcome to the Pear Gallery. Pear provides a space to build positive relationships with homeless and transitional youth. Utilizing programs including education, art, and recreation, Pear strives to affirm personal worth and create more meaningful and healthier lives for the people they serve. This gallery allows guest artists and the Pear youth to display and sell their work, as well as offers the gallery for rental when available. The reason we're here today is to showcase my current body of work for consideration. I am drawn to representational abstraction with color, hue, gradations, and gestural marks in my work. Nature and natural aspects of my environment are my preference in what I choose to interpret. I select images, concepts, or ideas for inspiration and deconstruct them in a way that interpretation is left to the viewer, much like an ink blot, even as my intent is left transparent. My work can sometimes radiate a cold violence, much like an angry sea, or sometimes a haunting beauty like the calm after a storm. To test the boundaries and sharpen my abstractions, experimentation and the accidental are a large part of my work. My canvas is typically not canvas at all, but can be wood, glass, silk, or metal. We'll begin a review of my selected body of work here. Starting from the left, top to bottom. These first 5 works were part of an experiment with a color range and negative space, except the last piece in this row, which was just the color range and a palette knife technique. I also used my breath to move the paint around on the surface. They are still unnamed. Most of the works in the next row were experiments as part of a larger project, although some have been named as I was pleased with the outcome and were final works in my project. From the left, Under the Sea, Ocean Breeze. The next 5 are untitled due to they were part of color studies, and Sandy Beach. In the next row, this row is a mixture of mediums that I've been using. From the left, Marbled Sandy Beach, Ocean Stream, Untitled Marble, Flow to Ocean Yachts, a glass drawing experiment, and the final 2 are painting experiments that I was pleased with. The next row, this row is an experiment I tried during a break between quarters. None have names at this point, but some I was quite pleased with as they had been mounted onto metal. All were completed with a saturated liquid or medium of some type, such as wine, coffee, Kool-Aid, or gouache, and once dry, outlined with micron archival pens. I'd like to explore this concept further, but I'm on the hunt for another shape beyond the round bottom of the coffee cup I used for these pieces. In the next row, these images started as a part of a project in a drawing class, and I expanded during a quarter break. It's a bit of a take on Sumi-Nagashi paper marbling, as well as map drawing from an abstract perspective. In the last row, this row pulls together all the mediums that I've been using. Last quarter, I added glass stringer to a painted piece, which is the last one in this row that I'll discuss in a bit. I've also been using glass exclusively to draw this quarter, and I also drew some jellyfish recently. I enjoy all sorts of mediums in my work, as you can see with the pieces I've selected to show here. The piece that I will briefly discuss is the piece at the end of this row, which is Untitled with stringer. If any aren't familiar with what glass stringer is, it's 1mm and 2mm strings of glass made to add dimension and detail to glass projects. It's also the name given when strings of glass are pulled from strips of flat fusible glass or glass rod using a torch. I wanted the piece to have some movement with the different rows of color, and with adding the glass stringer to provide some emphasis to draw the eye in different areas. Each row of individual color was intended to be a different line as well as shape in the composition to form the full image of what would be waves crashing to the sand in an abstract way. The unity with the color palette, as well as the value shift in the violet patch, added some complexity to the piece. The glass stringer also added some texture to pop off the substrate and draw the line off the perceived border of the panel. Thank you for your consideration.